Guys, it's been a while since we've done a reading vlog, but we know we want to start doing more of those this year, so we thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do a what we read in a week video.
We do love doing these videos because they are just a little bit more laid back and chill. The 24-hour readathon is a little bit stressful, and screen time for read time is also stressful. They are fun, but it just puts pressure on us to read, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to see how many books we can read realistically this week.
We don't see each other every single day, but we will keep track whenever we're not together of what we're reading. So whenever we are together, we can update you guys on what we've been reading. So today we're just gonna kind of read for a little bit.
It is Sunday, so I am going to start the week off with my blind to pick for the month, and that is Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. This is a domestic thriller that I've had on my shelf for way too long, so I'm ready to read it. I find with domestic thrillers, they're kind of the same. They go a little bit slow and then things pick up in the end, and I haven't found one that I've absolutely loved, and I've never read anything by this author before, so I'm hoping this will be the one that I love.
I am currently in the middle of a couple books, but I wanted to start a new one for today, so I picked up The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Maitland. This is a book of the month book. I've heard amazing things about it. A lot of people said last year it was like one of their favorite mystery thrillers of the year, so I think it's the perfect time to start it. The only thing I know is that it is a haunted house type of setting, and I always love when there's a haunted house in a story, so I'm hoping that I love it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna read, and then we will update you guys when we're done.
Later, I think we're done reading for today, but I got to page 144, which isn't too bad. This one's going pretty well. It is kind of going a little bit slow, like I was saying. Tends to happen in domestic thrillers, but it's fine. So in this one, we're following Lila, and her husband live in this college town, and a few months ago, a student actually went missing, and now Lila's husband, Aaron, has gone missing. The entire small town is worried and wondering if there's any connections between these two missing people, and it's funny because the only reason that Lila is concerned is because she was the last person to see Aaron's body, so she's confused on why he's missing in the first place.
Body?
Yeah, it's a lot. We're going through the relationship. We're seeing how horrible Aaron treated Lila. There's also like an investigation going on. There's also Aaron's brother trying to get answers from Lila. It's a whole lot of drama happening. I think it's going pretty well so far. I do have a few predictions of what I think could possibly happen in the end, so I'm ready to see if I'm right.
I think mine's pretty interesting so far. I got to page 102, and we're basically following a social media influencer. She just bought and moved into this house, and she plans to renovate it. The only issue is this house is infamous because a gruesome crime took place there, and she doesn't necessarily have the best intentions in moving in. She's hoping that renovating it is gonna get her more viewers like on her blog, because she can like make updates about it and stuff, and all the townspeople don't think she should be like in there messing things up. Also, the house seems like it doesn't want her in there as well. Creepy stuff starting to happen. It is already spooky, and I kind of like that. There wasn't like a slow beginning. We kind of just jumped right into it.
So it's like she's doing it for views.
Yeah, kind of. And she's hoping that like she'll make a lot of money off of it, but it's also like she's in a struggling marriage. She's hoping it can kind of save her marriage. It's something for them to like work on, but it's just not working out the way she thought it would. Our main character is kind of interesting though, because she does have like a secret past. We know she's hiding things. We know she's lying about something. So I'm interested to see what she did in her past and how that's gonna come up. She's determined to make this work, so I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really have any predictions though for the ending.
I think we did pretty good today. It wasn't too much. It was like perfect to start the week. We don't know when we're gonna read together next, but anytime we do read throughout the week, we will keep track of it and come back and update you guys when we can.
You guys, it is now Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. I read about 100 pages, so I only have 98 pages left of The Stranger Upstairs. I could definitely finish that today. I think it's going well. The story has gotten a little more complicated. Our main character, Sarah, is convinced that someone is out to get her. Someone is trying to kill her. Also, her behavior is getting really erratic. She's getting progressively worse. And no one's really believing her when she's saying she's experiencing all of these different things. I still don't really have any solid predictions, which I think I like because it's not like a predictable story, but I am interested to see where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna finish this one up today. I don't mind it so far.
On Monday, I read a total of 323 pages, so 250 of that was Pretty Little Wife. So I finished this book, and then I started Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert, and I read 67 pages of this. I ended up giving it just a 3-star. I think it was a solid read, definitely not my favorite by any means, but I so desperately want to find a domestic thriller that I absolutely love. So if you have a recommendation for me, let me know, please. And then Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, like I said, I got to page 67, so I'm just barely getting into the story and understanding what's going on. It is a YA romance. It's super cute already. It's basically just about these two ex-best friends who end up having to work together to win a grand prize. And it's really cute so far, so I can't wait to read it again today.
We do plan to read all day today. We did already take our Magic Mind this morning to get us through the day. We've actually been using Magic Mind the past week, and we've really noticed a difference. They're these little productivity shots. You guys know I have an issue with procrastination and focus, so I've been taking these and they've really been helping me. I either take them as a shot or I sip them in the mornings, and I was interested to see if they were going to work for me because I have tried other things in the past, and within the first 3 days of using Magic Mind, I was noticing a difference. I've been noticing a difference in my energy levels and mood. So I've really been loving this as like a daily product.
Me too. You guys know how much I love drinking my iced coffee. So in the mornings I do take the shot alongside my coffee, but when I am trying to limit my caffeine, I do end up just pouring the shot into a matcha, and it tastes so good. And when I do that, it doesn't cause me to have a midday crash like what happens to me when I do drink my iced coffees. I've also noticed a dramatic difference in my energy levels. Normally midday I have to take a nap, but ever since I've been taking the shots, I have not needed to take a nap. So it's helping with my sleep schedule, which is actually crazy.
There's a bunch of natural ingredients in the shots like lion's mane and cordyceps mushrooms, which helps boost clarity and focus. It also has ashwagandha and rhodiola rosea, which helps decrease stress. So it's got a bunch of amazing ingredients, and that's why it works. We do highly recommend trying out Magic Mind if you're interested. It's really made a difference in our daily lives, and it helps us out whenever we're doing like these long reading vlogs, if we're filming all day, or if we're just trying to be more productive throughout the week.
If you do want to try out Magic Mind, we will have a link in the description that will get you your first month for free when you subscribe to 3 months, and we also have an additional coupon code that will get you 20% off. So click the link in the description and use our code at checkout and let us know how you guys like the product.
They do have a 60-day 100% money back guarantee if you don't like the product for any reason, and they will accept returns, no question asked. So it's risk-free. Let us know if you guys check them out. Thank you so much, Magic Mind, for sending us our products. Let's get reading.
So I got to page 173 for today, so that was a total of 106 pages for me. I do like that we get both Bradley and Celine's point of view in this book, but I remember reading this a while ago and knowing that these two ex-best friends were going to be in like a survival course in the woods to try and like win this grand prize. They are talking about that a lot, but I kind of thought that was going to be like the entire setting I thought they were going to be on this survival course like throughout the whole book, and it's not happening like that, and that's kind of how I wanted it to happen. So as our characters are bonding again, we are starting to realize some of the things that broke them apart, which are so silly, and it just feels like really young to read about. So I think that's why it feels really young adult to me, and it's kind of like dragging me out of the story a little bit because I'm like, oh, come on. But it's going really fast, so I'm ready to see how they are going to wrap it up later.
I did end up finishing The Stranger Upstairs, and I don't know how I feel about the ending. I think I was just hoping for a little bit more. I did like the story. I thought the pacing was okay. It was just a lackluster ending, and I feel like that happens a lot with mystery thrillers, at least how I end up feeling with the end. So I'm thinking just like a solid 3-star. Like, it was a fine story, but nothing to write home about. I then started reading more of Zodiac Academy Heartless Sky. I'm currently on book 7 in this series, and it's taking me forever. I've been reading it like the past 2 weeks. I don't know if it's because I took a really big break between book 6 and this one, or just because this one seems significantly longer than all of the other books. This is a supernatural bully romance set in like a fantasy world, so it's super interesting. There's a lot of really cool like characters, and the magic system is really cool. Also, we're 7 books into the series, so all of our characters have like a lot of development. I love the found family. They have all really grown since we first met them, so I like seeing that, and we are getting point of views that we haven't had in previous books. But as far as the story, I'm like, where are we going with this? You know what I mean? I didn't read too much of this today, but I'm gonna have to start picking this one up more frequently this week so I can finish it. It's just kind of taking me forever to get through it though. I don't know what that's about.
So that was our reading for today. We also got a whole bunch of stuff done that we really needed to get to. We finally edited some videos that we've been holding off on. We got some TikToks done. We also wrapped some blind books for our Etsy, so those Magic Mind shots are doing their magic because we have been super productive today. It should be like this every day.
It should. And normally when we do reading vlogs and we sit and read all day, we get super tired, and that hasn't happened yet.
Do a 24-hour right
We could do
now.
a 24-hour challenge today.
But we won't.
No, we won't. We decided to stop for today because we have other things we need to get done. But I'm glad I was able to like finish this one, also get a good chunk read in Zodiac. I don't know what day we're gonna film together next, but we will keep taking notes so we can update you guys whenever we see each other. It is Thursday and we're ready to read again today. Yesterday was Wednesday and I ended up taking Magic Mind, and I was able to read 300 pages of Zodiac Academy, which is a huge dent in the book. I think it definitely helped keep me focused because I've been trying to read this, like I said, for weeks, and I had yet to read that much at one time. So I got a lot done yesterday. We also took our Magic Mind today, so we're ready to go. And I only have about 200 pages left of Zodiac, so I know that I can accomplish today. I also brought my blind book for the month, Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. I had already started this last week, but I didn't get too far into it, so I'll pick up where I left off in this one after I finish Zodiac.
Yesterday I read a total of 142 pages and completed Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. It was cute. I ended up giving it a 3 stars. It is a solid YA romance book. Like I think I said before, it just felt a little bit too young for me at times, and it's definitely a book that I know I would have loved a lot more had I read it when I was younger. I just kept getting dragged out of the book because there was a lot of miscommunication that was just dragged on a little too much for my liking, but it was a solid read. And today I will be starting our Literal Besties Book Club book, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I am so late this month on reading our book, but I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to catch up and see what you guys are saying in the Fable chats. Y'all know what this is. The first book last year was like the biggest romantasy book ever, Divine Rivals. I liked it, but I just remember feeling like I want a whole lot more from this book. So we're gonna see if I get that, but I'm ready to start it today.
All right, we're just gonna start reading and then we'll update you guys when we're done for the day.
Okay, so we're done reading for today. I got to page 257 of Ruthless Vows, so not too bad. It's been feeling a little bit slow so far, but I think where I stopped is when things are about to start going down. And I've been having so much fun seeing you guys in the chats and all of your guesses of what's gonna happen in the end. I obviously don't want to say too much because this is a sequel, but the writing itself is so good. Rebecca Ross is just something else. I think I can definitely say the plot isn't my favorite, but her writing is so good and it makes me want to highlight like every single page just because everything she says is just so beautiful. She could make like seeing gum on the floor be like so nice and pretty
and romantic too.
Yeah,
I feel like, wow.
This book has been a roller coaster of emotions so far, so I'm ready to see how she's planning on ending this duology.
I finished Zodiac Academy Book 7, you guys. I really didn't think this day would ever come. I truly didn't know if I was going to be able to push myself and finish this book, which is kind of devastating to say because you guys know I was obsessed with this series when I started it. I binged them so quick, so the fact that this took 21 days to finish is embarrassing. After finishing it, I think I'm mad and I'm over it. I don't know how to explain it any other way. It felt like we waited so long to get to the end of this book and then they want to create new problems to keep the story going, and I finally see what people mean by how it feels like the authors are kind of just milking it at this point. It feels like this is being dragged longer than it needs to be. Like I said, we have a lot of new POVs in this book, characters we don't need point of views from. So I think there was a lot of time wasted there. There's a lot of unnecessary scenes and conversations that are cute in theory, but like we don't need it this far into the series. Everyone was wishing me good luck when they heard I was reading this book because a lot goes down in the end and I was so unfazed by it, and that just shows me that the series is starting to lose me because I should have been crying, I should have been impacted by all the things that happened at the end, and I wasn't. I was simply happy to be done with the book, so I'm kind of disappointed with how everything happened. I'm gonna have to force myself to read the last 3 books, but I do want to see these characters happy, so I think I am gonna finish the series. It's just I'm not picking up book 8 anytime soon. I'm glad I finished it though. I did go ahead and read a little bit more of Skin of the Sea. This is a YA fantasy. We are following a mermaid and her job is to collect souls of people who pass away in the sea. I don't know if it's because I'm in a salty mood from finishing Zodiac Academy, but I'm just not clicking with this book. The writing is super vivid though, like the imagery is really amazing, but it's almost too descriptive for my liking and it's taking me out of the story. I don't really care for our characters. I don't feel any sort of connection to them. So I'm kind of just watching to see how the story's going. I do find it interesting though that our main character Simi, she essentially like commits a crime. She doesn't mean to. She's helping a boy who fell into the sea, but in doing so she kind of goes against the rules of their kind. So she is being punished for that. She's now on this journey of trying to seek forgiveness by this powerful being, and we're kind of just watching her along on this journey. And I don't know, it's okay, but I'm not loving it. I might start a different book tomorrow. I don't know how badly I want to keep reading this one, but I'm glad I got to read a little bit more of it today.
Pretty good reading day today.
This was probably one of the better reading days for us.
We will see you guys again on Saturday, which is when we plan to end the week, and we'll see how much we've read by then. We made it to Saturday. It is our last day of a reading for this reading vlog. Yesterday on Friday, I read a total of 160 pages and finished Ruthless Vows. This entire story has really just been quite the journey. I will admit I wasn't fully loving it until the very end. The very end, things just kept happening and things were going crazy. The chats were blowing up on Fable, so that was entertaining. I don't think this is like one of my favorite series, and that's okay. I am gonna give it a 3.5 stars. It is a solid series. I recommend it, but it's not my favorite. But for today, I am going to start a highly anticipated 5-star read for me, and that is Caught Up by Liz Tomford. Every single book I've read by this author, I've absolutely adored. This is the 3rd book in the Windy City series, and this one is going to cover professional baseball, which is one of my favorite sports to watch, so I have really high hopes for this one. It's really been like every single book in this series just keeps getting better and better, so I think this could be a 5-star read for me.
I did not read anything yesterday, but that's okay. That is realistic for me. Today I brought a new book to start, and it is Almond by Won Pyong Sun. This is a literary fiction book that I've had on my TBR. I've been wanting to read, and I think it'll be like a perfect short read that I could finish today. I don't think I'm gonna continue on with Skin of the Sea, at least not right now. I just haven't wanted to pick it back up. I'm excited for this one, so I think it'll be a good one to read for today. You guys know the drill. We're gonna be reading, and then we will update you guys when we're done.
Guys, we are done reading for today. I got to page 219 of my book, and oh my gosh, Liz Tom Ford is doing it again. I'm over here fully locked in. I'm smiling, I'm giddy. I'm just having a great time reading this. In this one, we're following Kai, and he is the starting pitcher for an MLB team, and he is also a single dad. Everybody who he hires to nanny his kid, he fires them immediately just because he's crazy. He doesn't like anybody. Nobody's perfect. And so his coach ends up saying, I'm gonna have my daughter look after your kid, so you can't fire her. His daughter is a high-end pastry chef, and she's just taking the summer off, and she is quite the character, but she's so much fun as well. I don't even like books with kids in them, but why am I like tearing up over this kid's first steps? Like a crazy person over here. But it is going well so far, and I can definitely see it being a 5-star read.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Do you think that's your favorite in the series so far?
I don't know. I love all of them, but yeah, just because I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, sure. So I was able to finish Almond, you guys, and it was so good. It was phenomenal. I just read it here in one sitting. It is about a boy who has this brain condition, okay, and he is unable to feel emotions the way that most people can. We do see his story and kind of how he grew up. He's also faced with a lot of challenges that are really hard to overcome, but it was interesting to see like his point of view when all of these things happened and see how he was able to move on from them. You know what? I will never be able to put into words how good of a book this is. I know it is a translation, so I can't imagine how amazing the original book is, but this like truly from start to finish was so amazing. There were points that were just so incredibly sad and devastating, and then there were parts with so much hope and joy, and it's heartwarming in all the right moments, and it's just like an overall masterpiece of a book. I think I'm gonna be thinking about this forever. Like, it's just one of those books. I feel like it's gonna be a new favorite of mine. I definitely would want to reread it and then annotate it so I can kind of get some of those quotes that I loved while reading. I think this was probably the best choice I could have made at this point in the month. I'm so glad I decided to pick this up. I'm glad I stopped reading Skin of the Sea because I wasn't feeling it, and I don't want to waste my time on books this year that I'm not in love with. So I'm in love with this one. I mean, right? I mean, come on. So definitely a 5-star read. That'll be my second 5-star of the month already.
Crazy.
So hopefully we can keep that going, but I absolutely loved this one. So happy I decided to read it today. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a good way to end off this reading vlog. I wish I would have read this first, actually.
That's how I feel about this.
Right?
Because I feel like I was being so negative throughout this whole video, and I'm so sorry, but
if you made it this far, you at least got to see us enjoy some kind of book. That's pretty much it, though, for this week. We read... How many books did we read?
I think I read 3.5.
I think I read 3. So that's solid.
Imagine if we could do that every single week.
If we did one of these videos every week, it would get us to read at least 3 books a week, which would be insane.
Which would be like 12 books a month.
Let us know in the comments if we should do these more often. Also, make sure to join our book club if you haven't already. We are going to be reading this book for February, so that link will be in the description. Also, our Magic Mind links will be in the description. Reminder, you can get your first month for free if you sign up for 3 or more months on their website. We also have our discount code that gets you an extra 20% off. It really made a difference, and I think you could see it even throughout this vlog because we were taking them all week. So definitely check them out. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time.